Now turning over dozens of documents from that infamous meeting on the tarmac between Loretta Lynch and the former President Bill Clinton. That paperwork now part of the public record after the DOJ had kept it private. Jordan Sekulow, attorney for the American Center for Law and Justice. So, sir, good morning to you. Take us back to, the summer of 2016. What do the papers show you, do you believe, Jordan?
Well, originally, Bill, the FBI had told us that they had no information. The DOJ, when we took the DOJ to court, finally did give us documents about this tarmac meeting. The FBI said they had nothing.
In Washington, the ostensible story is rarely the real story. We know, for example, that former President Clinton engineered a meeting with President Obama's Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, on the tarmac of the Phoenix airport on June 27, 2016. That's the official story, replete with the charming and intentionally disarming detail that all they talked about was their grandchildren. It was just coincidental, don't you know, that at the time the FBI was looking into Hillary Clinton's use of a personal email server to send, receive and store classified information. And it was also simply coincidental that just a few days later, the director of the FBI, who served under Attorney General Lynch, announced that he wouldn't recommend the prosecution of Hillary Clinton. Richard Nixon must be rolling over in his grave. What we haven't known, until now, is that a frantic scramble erupted in the halls of the FBI to cover up this meeting. In fact, the FBI turned its sharp light not on the scandalous meeting between the Attorney General and Bill Clinton, but rather on one of the whistleblowers who got the word out. The organization I head, Judicial Watch, asked the FBI on July 7, 2016, for any records that might pertain to the infamous tarmac meeting. We had to sue after we were ignored by the agency. Then the FBI told us flat out that it couldn't find any records. And we now know that was flat out untrue, because, in responding to another one of our Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, lawsuits, the Justice Department gave us heavily redacted documents that showed there were additional documents tucked away at the FBI headquarters. If not for Judicial Watch's lawsuits, these documents would still be hidden today. Because of the revelation in our other lawsuit, the FBI, without our knowledge, reopened our FOIA request. The agency supposedly found about 30 pages of information, which it needed 6 weeks to review. The FBI finally gave them to us late Thursday. Now we know why the FBI played shell games. The documents show that FBI officials were concerned solely about the leaking of details of the tarmac meeting. None of the documents show top agency officials cared one whit about the propriety of the meeting itself, but only about who blew the whistle on the covert tete-a-tete. In one email, an FBI official writes, "We need to find that guy." And in another we learn that the Phoenix FBI office was contacted in an attempt to stem any further damage. An FBI official working on Lynch's security detail even goes so far as to suggest non-disclosure agreements to keep the full facts from coming forth. No wonder the FBI didn't turn these documents over until we caught it red-handed, hiding and lying about them. Simply put, the FBI appears to be fully complicit in a cover-up that attempted to influence a presidential election for a favored candidate, Hillary Clinton, and the truth was trampled on a Phoenix tarmac.